again everyone, welcome back to Sawyer-san's Magic Rhyme and the Room of Mediocre Videos. Alright, so this week, nothing really exciting to mention really. Work's going great. Did have one extraordinary circumstance where I taught 4 kids lessons instead of the usual 2 kids lessons on Sunday, but it's whatever. As for why this video is taking place in the Room of Mediocre Videos, this week it is cold. It is cold and there's nothing exciting going on, and I want to stay home this weekend, honestly. In other news, my tripod is totally dead. I am limping it through this video right now. I'm hoping I will have a new tripod by next week. We'll see though. I'm having my cousin Austin do some research on what tripod would be good for my price range. But yeah, it's pretty bad. So the actual adjustment for the angle of the camera, pitching it up and down, is cracked right in half. So it's far less than optimal. That's another reason why there isn't really any on-scene footage this week. One slightly interesting thing though, today was my Japanese lesson. I'm filming this on Monday. Maybe I'll upload it on Monday too, but we'll see. Today was my Japanese lesson regardless. And my Japanese teacher gave me this. Now, for those of you who don't know what it is, like I didn't, this is a Japanese persimmon, or what they call it, kaki. And how do I describe this? You eat it sort of like an apple. Sort of. It's totally different from almost everything. Anyway, they're pretty sweet and they're delicious, and I've had one and I'm pretty sure I ate it the wrong way, so I should probably watch a YouTube video on how to cut these things so you get the most out of them. Other than that, I am getting prepared for my sermon and I'm going to be giving at my church on the evening of the 18th. So I'm looking forward to that. Matsukita's looking forward to that. Hopefully we'll have a lot of people come to the church and I'll give a decent sermon at least. I'll see if I can have Matsukita set up my camera so we can record it and then I'll upload it. So look forward to that. Alright, now on to questions, comments, and snide remarks. The part of the show where I respond to your questions and comments on Facebook and YouTube. And boy, do we have a lot to talk about on Facebook at least. Aunt Julie says, the Winter Olympics 1998 were in Nagano, so the snow up there must be pretty good. You will for sure need to head up there at least for pictures. How's the language barrier? I know you're pretty fluent in Japanese, but I figured the dialects can be different. I bet they speak fast. Happy Thanksgiving. I do want to head up to Nagano. Maybe I'll do that during my winter break that I get coming up here in like 3 weeks or so. We'll see how it works out. As far as the language barrier goes, it's pretty stout. I can speak decently. I can speak very simple Japanese. But getting to the point where I can speak fluently or converse on more advanced topics or really express my ideas is rough. There are a lot of things that I don't know how to adequately describe in Japanese, and so it makes even basic tasks frustrating. As far as dialects, there are a few dialects in Japan, but mostly people speak vanilla Japanese. It's kind of a communication thing. There are some dialects like in Tohoku region or in the Kansai area, but Japanese people mostly use the plain, simple, vanilla Japanese. Aunt Roberta says, happy Thanksgiving. I missed last week, so just caught up. Seems like there aren't that many people out when you're photographing, even though we know there must be lots. Praying for healthy and strong voice and body. Thanks, Aunt Roberta. There are quite a few people out while I'm taking pictures and stuff, but really not as much as you'd expect. Shizuoka the Shizuoka area, Shizuoka Prefecture itself, is quiet compared to Tokyo or Osaka. Mom comments, I have an idea for a shoot. I would love to see a day in the life of Sawyer teaching. I know you would probably have to get permission, but it would be so interesting. Also, don't let the absence of questions make you think we are not watching. I wait each week for this time to watch and see what's going on. Now I know it's frowned upon to take a picture of your apartment building, but I really want to see it. It will give me an idea what your living is like there. So yeah, that would be an interesting shoot, and I'd really like to do it, but there are so many issues to deal with. I'd have to get permission from, like, way up in the company. And, yeah, Japanese bureaucracy is stringent. Also, there's the deal of when I'm teaching, I'm using copyrighted materials, so I can't, like, film myself giving a lesson without the video having to be controlled absolutely by my company. So it's just not ideal. And one of these days I'll go out and take a picture of my apartment building, maybe. It's really not exciting at all. It's a two-story building. Ground floor is 4 apartments, top floor is 4 apartments. Nothing special. Aunt Julie says I could send the pictures privately. Fair point. Mom also says, was there much said about the earthquake where you are, or a tsunami? And Aunt Julie wondering the same thing. So yeah, I was quite a bit south of the earthquake. The earthquake was in Fukushima Prefecture, which is farther north on the eastern shore of Japan. Shizuoka's farther south. I didn't even feel anything. I didn't feel anything. I didn't hear anything about tsunami. I heard there was some news about an earthquake landing in Fukushima area. If there was a tsunami, though, in my area, Yaizu is pretty much right on the ocean, so I would have to find a shelter. I know where it is locally, so it shouldn't be too much of an issue, I don't think. I just lose everything in my apartment. Vittorio says, there are 2 ski resorts on Mount Fuji called Snowtown Yeti and Fujiten. The first one, smaller, is on the southern slope, while the other one is along the northern base of the mountain. Good to know. Thanks, Vittorio, my friend. Cousin Russ says, hey Sawyer, still liking your videos? I just wanted to wish you happy Thanksgiving. Woo! Our turkey in Korea is special ordered from Popeye's Chicken, LOL. I have no idea what it will taste like, but we will see. Let me know about that. I was interested to read that comment, and yeah, there is no turkey in Japan. So I was a little remiss for that. Marcus says, so I'm sure I could Google this, but I'm helping you out by giving you an opportunity to add some more dialogue to your next video. What does Yakuza mean? Why does the gang call themselves that? And have you seen any gang members around? Okay, so Marcus, the Yakuza. The Yakuza are... So Yakuza is actually a term used to refer to all Japanese gangs. As far as structure, they're like a corporation, but they focus on crime. I don't know how they got called Yakuza, but I do know they started out in the Meiji era, before the Second World War, running gambling dens, because it was illegal to run gambling dens at the time, and people wanted to gamble, so the Yakuza ran that. They also ran prostitution houses. They ran businesses, pretty much. Illegal businesses, but they ran businesses. To this day, it hasn't really changed. You don't really see them around. They operate covertly. But you do hear stories about them, and from what we hear, we know what they do. They mostly traffic in drugs, in people, some weapons, not a whole lot though, and a lot of it's racketeering or financial crimes. As far as structure, they're structured like a big corporation. They've got a head, and then they've got some managers or lieutenants below them, and then below the lieutenants they have their own cells, and these cells are composed of maybe 5 or 6 people per cell, I think. but I'm not entirely sure. There are many people out there who have done research on this topic. I'm not one of them. Grandma Pauline says, "Hi Sawyer, it was just now quiet enough to listen to your video. What city are you located in? Love your videos, keep them coming. You are in my prayers every day. Every time I think of you, I pray. You are having a great experience. Love from Grandma." Thanks, Grandma. So I am living in Yakuza City. I'll put that up here. Yakuza City is located in Shizuoka Prefecture. In Shizuoka Prefecture, there's also a Shizuoka City. Last video, I was in Shizuoka City in Sunpujo Park. So I hope that answers your question. Thanks for the questions, Grandma. And that actually does it for this week's episode of Questions, Comments, and Snide Remarks. We don't have any YouTube comments to go through, so is that a good thing? Is that a bad thing? There was actually a lot of questions to go through on YouTube, so I'm actually a little glad that I don't have to spend more time on a YouTube segment. As always, if you want to get involved in this dialogue conversation that we have going on, all you have to do is drop a comment in the Facebook post or go to YouTube and leave a comment there. I read them, I answer them in my weekly videos. It's a great time. You should do it. So that's going to wrap it up for this week. As always, thank you so much for your thoughts, your prayers. Happy Thanksgiving to all my family and friends back in America, and I will see you next week. Take care. Bye.